Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Madam Aini as our lecturer for MGT 400. We are from Group 10, would like to present our group project entitled Challenges in Managing a Company During the COVID-19 Pandemic. For this assignment, we have choose Panasonic Company for us to investigate the challenges faced in this company during COVID-19. Before we started our presentation, let me introduce our group members. First, Muhammad Nur Aiman bin Ismail, then Nurul Syafitri binti Mohd Sam, Siti Sarah binti Zulkefle, Nurulhudawiyah binti Rusdi, and lastly myself, Nur Afiqah binti Fdazli. In this presentation, we will cover on introduction, planning, organizing, leading, controlling, and also conclusion that we have made throughout this assignment.
As we know, since the beginning of 2020, all the country mostly has infected by COVID-19 pandemic. This pandemic has impacted economy all over the world, included company named Panasonic. So, what is Panasonic actually do? Panasonic is the company that headquartered in Tokyo, Japan, that runs business and produce electric appliances such as air conditioner, washing machine, television, and so on. The existence of COVID-19 has impact especially to Panasonic's financial circumstances and caused the market to deteriorate.
Challenge in managing a company during the COVID-19 pandemic. Planning. Panasonic brand planning for innovation and technology during the COVID-19. Because the sale of their brand and also the Panasonic share fell when the COVID-19 hit the world. So, this is Panasonic planning action. The first is plan to update the progress of the long-term strategy. The point is Panasonic is pursuing medium-term strategy starting from fiscal 2020. This aim is to overcome the low profit structure and constantly make an increased contribution in people life through the lifestyle updates initiative. Panasonic also considering making separate opportunities from CEO updates on progress with ongoing initiatives. As pursuing profit growth in the core growth business, generating new value through joint creation. With external partners, implementing structural reforms and improving management structures. Next Panasonic planning action is plan to create a technology that can detect air trap with virus. Panasonic nanotechnology is a revolutionary air purification system that deodorizes, inhibits the growth of a bacteria and virus, and is effective in dust removal to create a fresher and cleaner living environment. Next, NanoX is a technology that collects invisible moisture in the air and uses high voltage to produce hydroxyl radicals contained in water. Hydroxyl radical inhibits the growth of pollutants such as bacteria and virus. It is characterized as strong oxidative and highly reactive, yet its shelf life is short. Its content is small water particles. NanoX has a long lifespan and can disperse over long distance. In addition to having a dual inhibitory effect through air or adhesive.
Organizing is the next step in the task management cycle in an organization. Organization is the execution of tasks and cooperation between employees under the organization to achieve organizational goals. Proper divisions of tasks in the organization is very important as it allows each job to run smoothly as prescribed and also reflects the image of the company in handling their company's operations. The business run by Panasonic has been famous all over the world because the company helps the society a lot in terms of advanced technology. Therefore, Panasonic has performed several roles and divisions in the structure of its management system. To maintain in terms of business integrity, Panasonic has implemented special laws in its management system, known as the Panasonic Code of Ethics. All of those laws are to ensure that each employer plays their respective role by carrying out responsibilities divided according to their respective units. If all employees in this organization work well and cooperate, the company can achieve the goals and targets desired by Panasonic. In organization, Panasonic holds several meetings and training lectures with each group, business side, employer and company division on a regular basis to discuss matters related to safety and quality improvement in each product produced by the company. Other than that, customer relations also play an important role in the expansion of the Panasonic company. However, Panasonic's business was affected due to COVID-19 attacking all over the world. So many workers had to be laid off because they could not afford to pay wages due to the economic downturn. Because of this pandemic, Panasonic has established corporate world emergency response rules to address the serious impact on the business continuity from events such as natural disasters and epidemic disease. According to this regulation, on 31 January, the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a public health emergency. Due to COVID-19, we create the World Corporate Emergency Response Headquarters. Headquarters has 9 teams comprised of personnel, sales, procurement, distribution, and other fields, with one secretariat serving as the fact-gathering contact center. The outbreak of COVID-19 has affected the whole world and workers are unable to come to work because COVID-19 is very dangerous. There are several challenges that Panasonic must face during the COVID-19, which is employers had to be let off due to narrow the scope of employers in order to prevent the COVID-19 outbreak from affecting employees at the Panasonic company. The second challenges in managing a company during the COVID-19 is ensure safety of employees. In these challenging times, the safety of all our employees is paramount. Employees may face different health problems as it depends on the type of work they do and possible help from themselves. For employers who need to come to work, company superiors need to monitor the health of their employees. An example is testing an employer for symptoms such as fever before the employer reports to work. Next, split team arrangements are challenges in managing a company during the COVID-19. To reduce the spread of the COVID-19 outbreak and to ensure business continuity is by splitting the team. If one person on a team is affected, the rest will likely be put in quarantine, which means that they will not be able to work for several days. As a whole, current COVID-19 greatly impacts the organizing in the company Panasonic. This is because we lack employees who always work together to ensure that every goal that Panasonic wants is achieved.
Okay, if we look here, we have a few challenges of Panasonic company in leading during the pandemic COVID-19. First of all, we have found that increasing volume of work more than before this pandemic is one of the challenges that Panasonic need to face and organize as well as possible. So the fact is all the managers need to lead their own teams that are more focusing on digital method of marketing. For sure, it needs a lot of time for their employees to feel comfortable and keep concentrate about their tasks. For example, they usually work in email channel as a medium, and then web channel, social media, and the others. The second one is about to maintain a regular schedule among the managers and employees. For example, getting up on time and managing time for important activities or even through virtually. As we know, if they have physically work, they are impossible to miss any type of activities or tasks because it has been their routine. However, when they are working virtually in most of their tasks. They have more flexibility to work when needed, but for sure they are responsible to take extra care to attend and complete the task. The next challenge is to build up competence among the employees. In this scope, it refers to when a person feels effective and grows in their job environment. Then, appoint someone accountable for attainable goals has been shown to boost performance. And motivational science implies that trust breeds trust. However, it will take a lot of time to build a high level of competence among the employees regarding this pandemic has long since begun. And the last one we have how effectiveness and efficiency of communication via virtual about something that will produce a lot of contribution by the organizational members. During this pandemic, most people look for and comforted by the person that they trust. So the leaders should consider crafting an honest, reassuring, and succinct set of statements that will lead to strength. Sometimes this challenge has its own challenge, which is the internet problems, because because most of the communication is via virtual. However, they are professional employees in their job environment, so they are able to find another alternative to prevent it. Then I will pass this slide to Shafitri.
Lastly, out of the many functions of management, controlling is one of the most important functions of the organization. Controlling means the management of the organization is responsible for decide and making sure that the performance of the employees match with the standards set by the management. And in case if the performance of the employees does not match with standards, then they can take required corrective measures. The management of the organization makes sure that the resources of the organization are being used properly and are not being wasted in any way. So based on our research and observation about the Panasonic company, we found that they has already faced a few of challenges in controlling. The impact of the coronavirus is being felt by all business around the world. Leaders are navigating a broad range of interrelated issues that span from keeping their employees and customers safe. A manager is required to take a different course of action when an employee fails to match the standards of performance. A manager should have the skills to decide how to react to a certain situation. Such example, if an employee is not absent or absent frequently, then the manager first should talk with them and ask the reason first of their absenteeism and try to do something about the problem. And then if the problem is persist, they should take some strict action. It is not wrong to say that planning and controlling works together. A manager is required to plan so that he can control the action of employee in order to achieve the desired outcome. For example, if a sales manager of Panasonic company makes a target to make a sales of 5 million in one quarter with 5 salesperson working in their team, then he will give the target of 1 million to every salesperson and will control their actions to achieve the desired result. So we have to understand that without planning, controlling is meaningless, and without controlling, planning cannot go as desired. But the outbreak of COVID-19 has affected the whole world, and workers are unable to come to work because of COVID-19. Because it is very dangerous, so the company could not achieve the target. If you have set reasonable sales target and some of your people are not meeting them, then you first try to correct the problem through coaching or training. If that does not work, then you have to consider replace them. Then the next challenge is lack of ethics, moral, or knowledge of manager, because during the coronavirus pandemic, company have to lay off workers such as educated worker in degree or diploma graduate. So the cost to pay the salary payment can be lowered to reduce cost incurred.
In short, Panasonic will always make sure that every of their users and customers gets benefits from their products. Other than that, through the investigation towards this company, we can conclude that Panasonic implements a divisional structure in their management, as every task and services will be divided into specific units that work together to achieve their organizational goals. Apart from that, due to COVID-19, Panasonic has faced some challenges in managing their company, such as employees to be laid off, ensure the employees' safety, and split team arrangements. Last but not least, they have to follow the corrective steps they made to ensure they succeeds in achieving their organizational goals in the future.
Lastly, this is some of the references that we are referred to in completing this task. So I think that's all from us. Thank you.